Hello and welcome to our lesson today. In this lesson, you will learn about the concept of Scrum and its practical application in procurement. Let's begin by defining what Scrum is. Scrum is a popular framework for agile project management that focuses on delivering value through iterative and incremental development. It was originally developed for software development, but has since been adopted across various industries, including procurement. The Scrum method brings about maximum flexibility in design and delivery while following a disciplined and standardized process. The Scrum team operates in consistent cycles of work, known as sprints, which have a duration of 4 weeks or less, never exceeding that time frame. A multidisciplinary team representing all the necessary expertise, knowledge and understanding is applied just in time. A sprint begins with a time-boxed planning meeting limited to a maximum of 2 hours. During this meeting, the Scrum team collectively determines the number of wish list items from the product backlog curated by the product owner that can be accomplished within the sprint. Throughout the implementation phase, the Scrum team works on resolving the agreed-upon backlog issues. Daily meetings, lasting no longer than 15 minutes, are held at the same time each day and are often referred to as stand-ups due to their intentional brevity. At the conclusion of a sprint review is conducted. This meeting, lasting again no more than 2 hours, involves the presence of the product owner and stakeholders. The review showcases the team's work during the previous week and gathers feedback for the next cycle of work. Immediately following the sprint review, a retrospective meeting takes place where the team reflects on lessons learned, identifies areas for improvement, and determines the next step, typically initiating another sprint. This iterative process continues until no further improvements are required. Now that you know what Scrum is, let us now go to its 3 pillars, which are transparency, inspection, and adaptation. First, we have transparency. It aims to facilitate inspection, reduce waste, and manage risks through the maintenance of 3 Scrum artifacts: the product backlog, an inclusive list of tasks, the sprint backlog, a list of upcoming work, and the product increment, a record of completed work. These artifacts are continuously updated in real time, providing visibility to the entire team and stakeholders, ensuring everyone stays informed and enabling seamless workflow without bottlenecks or unnecessary diversions. Second, we have the inspection. Through inspection, teams regularly examine their artifacts and progress to identify any undesirable occurrences or issues. The project's cadence is defined by 5 elements: the sprint planning meeting, the daily stand-up, the sprint review meeting, and the retrospective meeting. These events are essential and occur according to a rigid schedule. Thus, while the process remains steadfast, the activities within each event remain flexible and ever-evolving. The third and last pillar is adaptation. Adaptation in procurement is not solely focused on problem solving, it lies at the core of innovation. Adaptive problems refer to those without pre-existing solutions or fixes. Designing new processes may require immediate adjustments to the current methods or materials being used. Consequently, the entire team must be empowered to determine how the future system will operate. You must take note that inspection and adaptation are the driving forces of continuous improvement within Scrum. Thus, they are inseparable and interdependent. These pillars are evident at each step of the procurement process. Throughout the sprint, team members remain mindful of the work process and the decision-making processes associated with it. If efficiencies are discovered that can help end users tasked with reduced effort or resources, these insights are shared with all stakeholders and shared with the redesign process. Let's now go to the core of a Scrum team. First and foremost, there exists a shared understanding among team members and stakeholders that the planning process is intentionally incomplete. While team members possess a comprehensive view of how the system they are building will function and deliver value, they focus on delivering one piece of functionality at a time. By working rapidly and receiving regular input from stakeholders, the overall goals are understood and internalized by the team, all while maintaining a laser focus on the immediate task at hand. Scrum also places emphasis on collective intelligence rather than individual expertise. Design and work methods are approached as a collaborative effort, leveraging the collective wisdom and skills of the team. Every opportunity to eliminate waste, both in effort and resources, is embedded into the system's design. This is not about taking shortcuts to cut costs, but rather fostering continuous improvement and organizational renewal. If a particular aspect does not contribute value to the final product, any associated savings will be illusory. For instance, let's consider the scenario of building an automated system to manage a procurement process. The team must understand the regulatory requirements for a valid procurement process. However, suppose there is an opportunity to configure the approval order or streamline management layers without increasing legal risks or undermining key decision makers. In such cases, it is essential to involve team members who possess knowledge of the corporate culture, relevant legal issues, and existing procurement policies to weigh in on how the process should be structured. Additionally, since the experience of stakeholders is crucial in successful procurement, their perspectives should be represented within the Scrum team. And there we are, at the end of this lesson. Congratulations on finishing another lesson in this module. In this lesson, you'll learn that Scrum is a framework for agile project management that focuses on delivering value through iterative and incremental development. This means that the work is broken down into small, manageable chunks, and each chunk is delivered as soon as it is complete, allowing you to have flexibility and adaptability to change, as well as continuous improvement in procurement. Thank you for joining us today, and see you in the next lessons.